NXT Heatwave hit Canada strong and gave us an amazing pay-per-view with some unexpected results, such as Trick Williams losing the NXT Championship. So let's look at what happened. Welcome to the channel where we cover everything that happens on every episode of NXT, including the pay-per-views. And the main thing that happened tonight was Trick Williams losing the NXT Championship in the main event of Heatwave. That is insane to think about. So the match was very good. I loved everything that happened. Every man got a chance to shine. Javon really came out of this looking like a star, and I think he's going to be the next person to look at who's going to rise up the ranks in NXT and take that belt eventually. But right now, the new NXT champion is Ethan Page. Essentially what happened is Trick Williams knocked out Javon Evans, then he knocked out Ethan Page. Ethan Page fell on top of Javon Evans. Shawn Spears wasn't aware of what was going on inside of the ring, and he grabbed Trick Williams' leg, pulling him out of the ring, and Ethan Page won the championship. This was an amazing way to change the championship holder. Trick keeps looking strong, and Ethan Page is now the champion, and it makes him even a more hateable heel because of how he won it. And this is a perfect story to give Javon Evans and Ethan Page, because I don't think Trick is going to keep running after the championship. I think he's going to go to the main roster. He feels so much bigger than NXT at this point, and I think he belongs on the main roster. So if this is the route they're going, amazing. If they're just taking the championship off him, this is a very bad move for me. Let's keep looking at the World Championships, and let's look at the Women's World Championship, which was defended between Roxanne Perez and Lola Vice. And this was another really amazing match. Roxanne Perez retained the championship, but Lola Vice looked incredibly strong. Throughout the match, Roxanne Perez kept going after Lola Vice's arm, rendering her finisher effectively useless. But Roxanne Perez couldn't keep her down. Lola Vice kept kicking out, and it took 4 or 5 pop rocks to eventually get the victory. And I think this is how you book this match, because you don't want Lola Vice losing, but you also don't want Roxanne Perez losing. Despite me not enjoying Roxanne Perez, I don't think it's time for her to end the reign. She hasn't had that defining title feud yet, but I think this feud could be it, because this is definitely not the end of their feud. I don't think Lola Vice is going to settle for this, because if they have another match, according to the booking of this match, Lola Vice would stand a pretty good chance at taking that championship. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here, because it is definitely not over between these two women. While this women's championship match was very good, the next one wasn't. At least not for me personally. The Women's North American Championship match between Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka just wasn't my type of match. I didn't enjoy it very much. It felt very choreographed, and it didn't feel very fluent. And even with that, there was a lot of miscommunications about where each other needed to be, which meant a lot of spots just didn't hit very well. This was just not my type of match. I can see why some people might enjoy it, and even still, it was very entertaining and very impressive. But I just don't have a lot to say because I didn't enjoy it very much. But the Men's North American Championship match, that was my match of the night. I enjoyed it a lot. If you watch this channel for a while now, you know Obafemi is my personal favorite wrestler right now in all of wrestling. And he and Wesley put on a banger of a match. Like I said, match of the night by far. Both men gave it all, and you can really feel the stipulation of this match hanging up in the air. If Wesley loses, he can never challenge for the North American Championship again, at least not while Obafemi is champion. But Wesley lost after a very amazing match. By the end of the match, both men were gassed, and you can really see they were tired, but they still put everything on the line. And I'm excited to see what happens now. My only issue is Obafemi feels like the NXT World Champion. Him holding this championship has felt a lot more important than Trick Williams holding the NXT Championship. And now with Ethan Page holding it, it still feels more important. It kind of feels like the World Championship. Even the feuds are much more important with much higher stakes. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. There's nobody on the NXT roster yet that feels like they can seriously dethrone Obafemi. And I don't think he should relinquish the championship, because that kind of devalues the championship. So I don't know what they do with this. I also don't think he should become a double champion. It's a whole dilemma, but it's a good dilemma to be in because it means you have a true superstar in your hand. Now Wesley will address his future on NXT this week, and I think he's getting called up to the main roster along with Trick Williams. Both of them feel like they're done with NXT. They don't have anything else to do on NXT, and I think they can be an amazing addition to the main roster. Trick Williams is a massive star, and Wesley can fill the spot that Ricochet left after leaving WWE. So I think both of them are going to the main roster, and they're going to be put in some very good positions. Now, the final match on the card was the Tag Team Championship match between Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus Chase U, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson. And this match, it blew me away because I didn't have the expectations for it to be this good. Every man put their all into it. Before the match, I had a lot of concerns because there wasn't a story between the tag teams. Like, each team had their own individual stories, but their stories didn't mesh together to create a story between each other. But that didn't matter here because this match was fantastic. The crowd was very alive with every man went out there and put on an amazing match, and the champs retained, which I think is a good decision because it furthers the stories between everyone else. It furthers the story between Ridge Holland and Chase U because maybe if he was there, they could have won. And this also solidifies Axiom and Nathan Frazier as a team. Nathan Frazier arrived late to the arena, but he still was there for their tag team match. And there was issues between them in the last few weeks, but they retained here and now they're solidified as a tag team. They need to stay on NXT for a while longer and stay the champs a while longer to solidify a new and fresh tag team division before they go up to the main roster. But I also think it is time to give them a real name, which isn't just Axiom and Nathan Frazier. So if you have any cool ideas, leave it in the comments. Altogether, I think this show was a solid 9 out of 10. No match really disappointed me except the Women's North American Championship match, but even then it didn't take me out of the show. I was still enjoying it a lot, and the whole show was just really amazing. I've seen no hate for it online, I've only seen praise, and that is very warranted. This pay-per-view was solid, the best pay-per-view of the weekend. It was far better than Money in the Bank in my opinion, and I'd like to hear your opinion about it. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. Please leave a like, please subscribe to the channel, it is also very much appreciated. Let's get to 50 subscribers, a small goal but I think very reachable. So leave that subscribe and let's grow the channel, I would very much appreciate it. Thank you for watching.